Greetings, adventurous ones. This is a video talking about Night Tiger Comics and congratulating him on his 2,000, now soon to be 3,000 subscribers. Okay, giveaway. He posted 4 questions on here and stuff that needed to be answered in a video. So we're going to start that right now to talk about that. First off was, tell me why you're not currently collecting Golden Age. If you are, how did you start? Okay, first off, I don't have Golden Age comics. It's not because I don't want them and stuff. It's because I can't find them. There's a lot of places out there that do have them, but they're asking exorbitant amount of money for them and stuff, where others are finding them in dollar bins and stuff like that, okay? I'm not so lucky on that, okay? Because, for one, my town has no local LCS. It's part of the reason why I deal with Augusta Book Exchange and get my comics mailed to me and everything, because every month, because we have no local LCS. We have a hobby store here and stuff that sells older comics, but no Golden Age. They don't sell the things like Looney Tunes, Three Stooges, or anything like that. They sell things like older Spider-Man from the 70s and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, I did have Golden Age comics a long time ago. Okay. I had a bunch of Looney Tunes comics. I had Little Lulu, I think it was, and a few others, and had a bunch of those comics. And back then, it was mostly because I got them from my grandfather and my older cousin. Once he got out of them and stuff like that, he gave me a bunch of his comics, and my grandfather passed those down to me before he passed away and everything. We lost a lot of that stuff when we had a house fire in at our old house in here in Michigan and stuff, because at the time, because of my health reasons and medical needs and everything, we were moving down to Florida, to do all, to take care of all that and everything, help me get back on my feet and so on and so forth. Okay, those comics were left behind till we were all settled in there, and then Mom and Dad were going to come back, pick everything up and take it there. Well, the people that were supposed to be watching over our house and everything accidentally set the place on fire. So we lost a lot of our stuff, including those comics I got from my grandfather. My mom said they couldn't be recovered. There was nothing left. And yeah, it broke my heart. It broke my heart big time. Here I'm just a young kid getting into these things and stuff. I was only a teen at the time. I was only in my young teens at the time, but guess what? It was still heartbreaking for me, because those were something I got from my grandfather. And after that, I did try to get more Golden Age comics and stuff, but where we were living in Florida, there was comic book stores and stuff, but they didn't sell Golden Age. They said nobody wanted Golden Age comics. I was like, okay. I'm trying to regain something I lost, because one of my favorites of the Golden Age was Looney Tunes. I loved the Looney Tunes comics. I was always reading them. Even though I watched Looney Tunes on TV and stuff, I was always reading them. And I enjoyed them. And my grandfather, at times, he would tell me that, what's his name? He would go, what's his name? Was always the voice of that guy too, and stuff like that. Bugs Bunny and everything. I was like, cool, But getting Golden Age comics back these days is a hard thing to do if you have no place to go. Now, I've seen Golden Age comics on eBay that I did try to get or go after, but the covers are torn and practically torn off and ready to fall off and stuff. They're not in great shape, and the people are asking, oh, $60, oh, $40 for this lot. I wouldn't even pay you $40 for that lot. Not with all them comics all messed up like that. Are you kidding me? So, I would love Golden Age comics again if I'm able to get my hands on them. Second question. Favorite era of collecting, and what is your favorite publisher? Okay, favorite era of collecting for me back then was the the 80s and early 90s comics, for both Marvel and DC, but mostly DC. DC was more my favorite because I was a Batman stan. I loved Superman, but I was a Batman stan. I even asked my parents at Halloween one time, when Halloween was coming up one time and stuff, could they get me a Batman costume? Now, when you're a little kid, they don't have the Batman costumes like they got today and stuff like that. They got Batman costume. They had Batman costumes where it was just a half mask, and you put the half mask on. You got the freaking little plastic outfit and stuff. And so I was going around and saying, I'm Batman. And when the Batman movie came out, the very first Batman movie with Michael Keaton in Batman 89, my parents took me to see it and stuff. All I wanted was to see that movie again. I kept wanting to see it again and again. Then they announced it was coming out on VHS, okay, after it was done in the theater and stuff. It's coming out on VHS. And I told my parents, can we get it? Can we get it? Can we really get it? And they said no. They said no. Why? Because it was almost Christmas time. It was almost that time of year and shit. And Mom and Dad says, no, you can't have it. No, we're not gonna get it. No. So, even if I wanted to rent it, they said no. But Christmas that year, I did get the VHS copy of Batman 89, and I was loving it. I loved it. I found that sucker was sticking right out of my stocking and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, Santa Claus, thank you so much. And I loved it. So, favorite publisher for me is DC Comics more than anything. Because the stories were better. Marvel had great stories going on and stuff, but DC had it where sometimes they were focusing it a little more in reality than they were needing to and stuff. Because there was even an episode. There was even an issue of Superman, well, about child abuse and stuff, and how you can help prevent it and all that kind of stuff. And when you're just a kid, you don't know that kind of thing and stuff. But it turned out in my high school years, well, my junior high school years and stuff, there was my best friend who was being abused by his mom's brother and stuff like that, and everything else in between. Well, I helped take care of that because of that Superman comic. And like I said, Batman probably just would have been like, I'm gonna break this guy. I'm gonna break him. You wanna abuse a child? There goes your hands. Of course, Superman probably would have done the same thing, but yeah, tomato. But all fairness, yes. To answer that second question, favorite publisher, and the third question, tell me why it's your favorite publisher. DC Comics, okay? DC Comics has always been, and oh wow, that Batman story arc, Nightfall, the Nightfall trilogy, oh god, I collected every issue of it. I had every freaking comic of it. It didn't matter what tie-in it was, which comic it was. I had every single issue. Same thing with the Death of Superman. That I got as a Christmas present one year. Well, half was from my birthday, the other half to Christmas from my grandmother. She bought the whole set on QVC, and when they had it all on there and stuff, and she bought it all and gave me half of it for my birthday, half of it at Christmas time. And my birthday and Christmas both fall in the same month, so either way, she gave me those, and I just could not want to stop reading them. I was upset, going, how did you kill Superman? Why did they kill Superman? Mom, Dad, they killed Superman. Lo and behold, when the Reign of Superman stuff, I finally did that stuff. I was like, Superman's back! Yes! So DC Comics has been my favorite for the longest time. Yes, Marvel is a second to that and stuff, but DC Comics all the way. I was literally on DC Comics all that time. Especially through, it didn't even matter if it was, Wonder Woman. My God, you used to get picked on in school if you had a Wonder Woman comic. A boy reading a Wonder Woman comic. Oh, yeah. So, okay. Now, okay, your fourth question. This one is a bit of a doozy because you said show me one of the prized comic books in your collection and why it is so. Okay, that one's this one. I had this comic a long time ago, and I won it again in a giveaway. And I said, I'll never let this comic go again. Because this is part of our real history. This is real life history. And the day it all happened, I was sound asleep in my living room, in the reclining chair. I was always comfortable in that reclining chair. I loved it so much. But I was sick that day. I was super sick. I came out of my room and was laying down in the chair and stuff, so nobody would have to keep running back and forth to see if I'm okay or whatever, or if I needed anything. I just laid right there in the living room because everybody else was elsewhere, and sound asleep, and all of a sudden I hear this loud scream out of my mother. And my mom was crying, she was screaming, and I jumped out. I literally was jumped out of that chair and almost fell backwards out of it. And I had to go see what was going on. And here I'm like flu symptoms, high fever and all that crap. I thought I was getting delusional or whatever, delirious. And my dad's in there holding my mom, and he's trying to tell her to calm down. Calm down. I know it's bad. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Okay. And I said, why is mom crying? What's going on? Why are you screaming like that? And she said, it happened, son. The one thing nobody ever thought would happen. And my dad was even in shock. He tried to tell me what was going on, and I saw it for myself on the TV. The Twin Towers in New York City were on fire. They were literally on fire. They looked like somebody threw up a missile at them or something. And it turned out it was two planes that hit it. And I was just in shock. I'm in shock. And I'm like watching this stuff. And they're repeating it over and over again, showing the two planes hit these towers. And I says, oh my. Okay. Well, anyways. After all this happened, and then the towers fell, and then once those towers fell, I heard people, you could just hear the people screaming and running and trying to run away from it all and stuff as they were falling. And it's just like, there were people still in there. They couldn't get out. They tried to save as many people as they could and stuff, and they couldn't get out. I'm sorry. This brings up bad memories for me. But it was heartbreaking. And to learn it was all because of a bunch of cowards who wanted to say, oh, United States ain't as powerful. We'll make sure they know all this. Praise Allah! And all that other motherfucking shit. Calming down. I'm calming down. Sorry. Like I said, this brings up some bad memories for me. And but this is one comic I will never let go of ever again. Because this is our history. This is history to us. This is something that will never be forgotten, no matter who's trying to make you forget about it. Because there's people out there to this day that say 9/11 was an inside job and all this other crap set up by the CIA and all this shit. Go fuck yourselves. Literally. I say that in the hardest way possible. Go fuck yourselves. Alright. I'm sorry if I'm swearing, Night Tiger. I'm really sorry, bud. Yeah. I may be 47 years old now and stuff, but guess what? This is always going to live in my memory forever. From the terrible screaming and crying from my own mother, to my dad being in shock. It's one of those things you'll never forget. Okay? So for me, a moment of silence is always going to be the most prized comic in my collection. Because not only did Marvel show in this reality the Marvel Comics universe and stuff, not only did they show how the heroes were out there trying to help rescue anyone and everything else in between after it all happened, but it also showed their reactions. It showed the reactions of people. Like the Avengers were in the Avengers mansion at the time and stuff, and they seen this happen on TV. You just saw Jessica there falling into her husband Luke Cage's arms and stuff. Everybody was like in shock. They could not believe what the hell just happened. It was a dark day. Even in the comic book world, it was a dark day. So, yeah. Well, I'm sorry about the swearing and stuff like that, but this is always going to be in memory for me. It's going to be the hardest memory for me and everything, but it's always going to be something I'm going to hold on to forever. Anyways, I hope that answers all your questions. And to anyone that wants to be a part of this and stuff, this is the kind of video you'd have to make. I'm tagging Black Tiger, Night Tiger, sorry. Night Tiger down in the description below. I'm going to tag him down there and tag him in this video. And you know, even if I don't win the giveaway and stuff, this is just a video congratulating him on all he's accomplished. Okay? But also reliving memories of something that means a lot to you. So that's it. Take care. God bless to all of you out there. I'll see you all next time. Later.